Hi everyone, I'm back again with a word of encouragement from the Lord, sharing from my book, The Grand Scheme. So if this is your first time of seeing my face, first time of coming on my YouTube video, my name is Tega Folivi, and I've been coming on to share from my book, encouraging you, everyone that cares to listen, the words of God, to keep us strengthened in our faith regardless of the situations that we see, to give us a better perspective of our journey, to give us a clearer picture or clarity to the things that we face in life. The book is anchored on Romans chapter 8 verse 28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God and to those who are called according to his purpose. So if it's your first time, I welcome you to my channel. Join us, feel free, and flow along with us. For those of you who have been with me from the very beginning or joined in at some point, I want to say a very big thank you to you. I appreciate your coming on to listen to this video. I do not take your time for granted, and I really pray and hope that these videos have been a blessing to you. For those of you who have the book, thank you so much for your support. If you do not have the book, I would encourage you to get a copy of your book. It's The Grand Scheme. You can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and several other outlets. And you can also go to my website, folivi.com, for more information about that. So let's go into the book today. Today we'll be reading from chapter 5. Chapter 5 is titled Divine Agenda. Divine Agenda. This title, this chapter is a very interesting chapter because it's in this chapter I really share so much about some of my personal experiences that further help to solidify my faith as regards what the plan and the purposes of God is for my life. So it's a chapter that is close to my heart. So as we go along, just listen. I hope today's video blesses you, like I mentioned earlier. So I'll be reading from page 35. That's where the chapter starts from. If the lamb doesn't know that the shepherd is steering him towards greener pastures, it will always doubt its own survival. At some point in our lives, we will all succumb to fear, despair, and emptiness. We feel as if we're drifting aimlessly in this turbulent sea called life. But what if I told you that heaven has always been scheming your success? What if I told you that God never placed you on this earth to wander without purpose, without his mandates? The opening scripture for this chapter is taken from Proverbs chapter 16 verse 1, and I use the Passion translation here, and it says, "Go ahead and make all the plans you want, but it's the Lord who will ultimately direct your steps." So our steps are being directed by God. Before you were born, before you were conceived, God knew you were going to be here. God knew you were going to be exactly where you are right now at this very time. The country where you are, the family to which you were born, the friends that you have that you've had to make over the years, the relation, everything about your life. Nothing goes without notice. There's no part of your life that God is not aware about, that God did not know was going to happen. There's nothing that has happened to you today that took God by surprise. No, nothing. But in the midst of it all, God has a plan, a sweet, a beautiful plan for your life, for the life of everyone. We just have to connect with him to have a glimpse of that plan and watch him guide us along the way. So I'll read along. In life, nothing is random, like I just tried to explain to you, especially for the believer who absolutely loves God. So that's a clause right there. Nothing happens by chance. With every experience, opportunity, setback, disappointment, interaction, relationship, and even your thought patterns, there is a divine purpose. Your life is simply divine agenda playing out. You only need to be more sensitive to notice the patterns and surrender to the will of the Father. as it unfolds in your life. It is good, it is important to have plans. It is important to have goals for yourself. It is important to set goals. Yes, that's the life of excellence, which is expected of us. We have the spirit of excellence. So setting goals for yourself is part of it. It is very important to do that. But doing it outside of the plan that God has for you will not take you so far. This chapter is focused on letting you see the hands of God in your affairs, in your circumstances, for you to know that nothing is random. Where you find yourself right now, it's not a random spot. You are not there by chance. You are not here by chance. Nobody is an accident. No, you were not born by mistake. I don't care how you were born. I don't care who your parents are, what happened before you were given birth to, or what relationships you've had. God still has a beautiful plan unfolding for your life. You just need to surrender your heart to Him and see what He has in store for you. So if you have this mindset, it will help you to be more relaxed. It will help you to take things not too hard on yourself. Let me read along. Many times in life's journey, we find ourselves in places or circumstances that are not particularly pleasant or desired. Despite such situations, you must realize that God is still in control of your life and that everything will eventually align with His plan for you. For example, you may find yourself in a job you wouldn't necessarily consider ideal for you, either because the pay is meager or you possess more potential than the job requires. But the fact that God allowed you to get this particular job in that particular company with those specific set of individuals indicates that there is a divine assignment for you in that environment. Going down to the last paragraph. In life, no experience is wasted. Not only is God positioning you to be a blessing and possibly a lifeline to someone else out there, but He may also be teaching you some valuable life lessons and skills as well. Lessons such as patience, tolerance, trust, self-confidence, sincerity, integrity, empathy, forgiveness, compassion, giving, and the list goes on. And these are lessons that are best learned by experience. Your personal experiences are meant to grow you in one way or another, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, or mentally, to prepare you for your next level in life. Like I just said, everywhere you find yourself, you are there for a reason. There's a purpose for you being there at that job that you may not like. And even with everything that is going on in our nation today, in everything that is happening in the United States, in everything that is happening with the world, with the pandemic, with the riots, with the killings, with the divisions, both in the church and outside of the church, with everything that is going on, God still is in control. Nothing is taking our God by surprise. So it will be in our best interest to align with what His own agenda is, what His own plan is, for us to get the best out of every situation. I know most of us must have had our own plans at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year, 2019, for the things we wanted to do in 2020. But who would have thought that the year would turn out like this? But I want to let you know that even in the midst of this mess, as it will seem, even in the midst of the chaos, even in the midst of all of the turmoil, in the midst of the disagreements, in the midst of the violence, in the midst of the pain, in the midst of the sorrow, in the midst of the sickness, in the midst of the disease, God still has something beautiful for you. That you are still alive and well watching this video is a testament to the fact that God still has something beautiful planned for you. You just need to connect to that thing. And like I was trying to say, with every position you find yourself, you are there on assignment. So as we go around, even in a day, in days such as this is an opportunity for you to demonstrate some of these things that God is trying to teach you. And there's no better place to learn than in uncomfortable situations. some things that you would not ordinarily learn, that you not, maybe patience, maybe forgiveness, empathy. We don't learn those things from our comfort spaces. When you are comfortable, when everything is going well, you don't grow in those things, in those areas. But when you experience some shaking, you are stretched, you end up growing. Personally, like I shared in this book, in this chapter, some of the jobs that I've had to take on my journey to the point where I am right now, they were jobs I never imagined I would want to do, I would do if I were to be given a choice. But through those jobs, I met some very spectacular people who not only was I a blessing to, they were also a great blessing to me in ensuring that I grew in some things, in some areas, in some of these gifts of the Holy Spirit, these fruits of the Spirit, in kindness, in tolerance, in patience, in perseverance. And through it all, my faith was able to be strengthened too, because I knew for myself that yes, nothing is random. In this same chapter, I shared how my journey all through my schooling, my career journey, getting employment and things like that, setting up businesses, having to transition from one to the other, and relocation, how God so miraculously orchestrated our move, my family, from Minnesota to Ohio State right now. If I look back now, I know that everything was arranged by God. We could not have moved when we moved, but God so arranged it. I could not have taken those jobs when I took them, but God worked everything out so beautifully. And I know that I will not be in this spot where I am right now without those experiences. Even this book was born out of that same journey. If I had not gone through this journey, I don't know if I will be here talking to you right now about the reading from this book. So as I close, I'll just read a final paragraph. I think that we will all become more intentional, this is page 37, and sensitive in our daily interaction with the world around us when we accept that life is literally a compilation of assignments divinely orchestrated by God for our growth and ultimate good. Perspective makes all the difference. So it's not what you're going through, it's how you take it. What do you see? Instead of asking myself, why am I experiencing it? Why am I going through this? The question should be, God, what are you saying to me? Why am I having to go through this? And asking for the strength and the courage to go through with the plan of God. Because at the end of the day, your safety and your ultimate success is guaranteed when you align yourself with His plan for your life. When you align with yourself with His agenda, not your agenda, not your plans, because your plans can only take you so far. But when you align yourself with what the plan of God is for your life, for your circumstance, for your situation, for your family, for your career, you will not regret it. It will turn out well, like as it has turned out well for me today. Definitely, I could not have planned things better than God did. But along the journey, it wasn't fun, it wasn't easy. It didn't seem like things were going anywhere. But I knew that my heart was fixed on God. I knew that I would not be led astray. I knew that as long as God was the one leading me, I wouldn't miss it. So I want to encourage you, stick with the plan of God. For more details, for more access to the testimony that I shared, I'd encourage you to get a book. I might not be able to go through every single testimony, every single story, every single encounter in my videos, but I want to encourage you to get a book and read it and see how God by His Spirit helped me to go through these things, and how He beautifully orchestrated everything. And at the end of the day, things worked out in my favor. If I were to do it by myself, by my strength, by my own wisdom, it wouldn't take me far. But yeah, I am today in my career, with my marriage, with my children, with my business, with everything, with my work with Him, in my call. God has worked everything out because I chose to align myself with His agenda. So until I come your way again next week, stay with the Father. Let Him lead you. If He's the one leading you, trust me, success and victory is certain. Stay blessed now.